Around IT in 256 seconds by Tomasz Nurkiewicz. Episode 10. HTTP Protocol.
HTTP protocol is fundamental to the internet. It's a simple request-response protocol where request is initiated by the client, typically a web browser. However, HTTP is so pervasive that it's also used to communicate between machines through APIs. Most important characteristics of HTTP are both request and response contain a set of headers. Both request and response may contain a body. Body can be anything: HTML, JSON, binary, image, MP3, etc. A response starts with code. Most commonly used codes are 200 OK and 404 not found. But rather than explaining the basics, I'd like to discuss the differences between protocol versions. So the first major version of the protocol was 1.0. Version 1.0 has one flaw. It opens a new TCP/IP connection for each request. It's a big deal. Creating a new network connection requires a few network round trips. Also, TCP/IP has a built-in mechanism called slow start. Each new connection is initially rather slow, but gets faster over time. This mechanism adapts to varying network conditions dynamically. Unfortunately, if you keep opening and closing new connections, they may never reach their full potential. To overcome this issue, a keep alive request header was added as an afterthought. It instructs the server to keep connection open even after finishing with the response. Another request may come through the same connection. This is called persistent connection. In HTTP 1.1, persistent connections are enabled by default, and you have to disable them explicitly using connection close header. Another important addition was HTTP pipelining. In HTTP 1.0, even with persistent connections, it wasn't allowed to send second request before response to the first request was fully received. Pipelining allows sending multiple requests at once and then simply waiting for responses. This reduces network round trips and overall waiting time. However, keep in mind that responses must be delivered in the same order as requests. So if your first response is really slow, server is not allowed to return subsequent faster responses. This is called head-of-line blocking. HTTP 2 is a huge upgrade to HTTP protocol. It evolved from Speedy protocol. First of all, HTTP is now a binary protocol. Secondly, headers are compressed to avoid repetition. Thirdly, under single persistent connection, there can be multiple logical streams, each representing a single interaction. All of the above are important, but I'd like to focus on streams. Streams are independent of each other, even though they share the same connection. Therefore, it's easy to send multiple HTTP requests and receive responses from fastest to slowest. Head-of-line blocking is somewhat reduced. Also, stream doesn't have to be a request-response interaction. Server can push data to the client without request. That sounds weird until you realize that a server can proactively push CSS and JavaScript files to the browser even before it asks for it. HTTP 3 is not yet released, but some browsers already support it. It is based on QUIC, QUIC protocol, and operates using UDP rather than TCP/IP. It turned out that head-of-line blocking emerges one more time on TCP/IP level, unaware of independent streams in HTTP 2. Moving on to UDP tries to solve this problem. Lost packets no longer cause the whole TCP/IP connection to recover and retry. Only a single stream is affected. That's it. Bye!